putting an end to identity politics. This is the Kevin Jackson Radio Show.
Now it's time for our Negro spiritual part of the program. We bring you Swing Low. Welcome, everybody. Kevin Jackson here. It's the Kevin Jackson Show. And I'm about to regale you with a story of a young man, a black man. Let's just call him Little LeBron. And he grew up tough. He's 6'8", 260 pounds. He can jump 10 feet, 12 feet in the air, fly like Superman, or whatever else. Look, I've got this story, and it just cracks me up. LeBron James, he should be ashamed of himself. But I don't blame him, because I listen to the lack of information, the lack of explanation of things that are given to young black men, and I say to myself, I get it. I understand why these kids are all jacked up. LeBron James, whether it's LeBron James or Stephen Curry, who doesn't want to go to the White House because he says the president's oppressive, but he would have gone with Obama, who, by the way, wrecked the black community, but he'd happily go be seen with him. There are pictures of people hanging out with Obama with that goofy smile and those big old ears that Obama had, and it's prominently displayed in their offices. It's in their homes. They want to say, I'm down with the president. They got his Twitter, they got his email address, and they want people to know. And if Barack Obama were a Republican, you would watch the walls come down. Can you imagine if Barack Obama were a Republican, if they put an R after his name, what would be going on right now? Number one, he wouldn't have ever been president, right? But what else? If Barack Obama were a white president, what would be going on? Would Jay-Z and these guys have pictures and hanging out with him and all that? The answer is no. They'd be accusing this man of being the worst president for black folks in history, and they would have been clamoring to get rid of him. Hillary Clinton would not have run and asked the white version of Barack Obama to help her get elected. That's how bad he was. But the left, they wonder how Hillary lost when all they had going for them was the fact that Barack Obama was black. That's it. They didn't have a record. His record was dismal. If you looked at Barack Obama, I'm talking about on paper, there's no way as a Democrat you would have called him in to run with you. To this right now, you can't even call Barack Obama in to fundraise. Nobody is donating to the DNC. They won't donate on behalf of Barack Obama. Individual candidates are struggling to get donations, and it's only going to get worse. But that's not what I want to talk about. I want to talk about racism in America, how bad it is. Because LeBron James has been referred to as a slave by Jesse Jackson. The NFL players have been referred to as, the owners have been referred to as having a plantation mentality, which implies that the black men who work for these billionaires, the multimillionaire black men that they hire, are indeed slaves. And I have put in my application for slavery, just to be clear. But plantation slave LeBron James has another reason to hate America and to hate Donald Trump. I saw this story and I said to myself, oh, well, here we go. This is a perfect reason for LeBron James to be upset with the country that would dare elect a billionaire accomplished man versus a community organizer black dude. The multimillionaire basketball star LeBron James is made somewhere between $35 to $40 million on a $1 million investment. I know, hard to believe in America they would treat him this way. This is a Fox Business report on stupid racist America. Now let me read this to you. Sources told ESPN that James, his business partner, Maverick Carter, that's a pretty interesting name, Maverick Carter, and financial advisor Paul Wachter of Main Street Advisors invested less than $1 million into Blaze Pizza, a fast casual pizza chain, in 2012. Remember the year, people, 2012. ESPN says the valuation was confirmed when Blaze Pizza sold an undisclosed percentage of the company to a private equity firm called Brentwood Associates, which valued the company at around $250 million. James and his partner owned 10% of that, or around $25 million. Now you're saying to yourself right now, Kevin, where did you get this $35 to $40 million? Hold your horses, white people. Hold your horse. Hold your horses. However, that amount doesn't include endorsement payments James gets for exposing the company to his 91 million followers across Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, which bumps his stake to an estimated $35 to $40 million. This is according to ESPN. So, according to Forbes, LeBron has been key in terms of brand awareness, which helped grow the company to where it is today. LeBron James, idiot that he is, has 91 million people in social media who apparently give a crap about what he says. He's like Kim Kardashian. He says do it, they do it. Bada bing, bada boom. I need to be putting a lot more money into social media. I'll put it that way. But anyway, so he's got 91 million people, and that's what's grown the brand to a valuation of $250 million. Boy, they better hope LeBron doesn't get hit by a truck. You know what I'm saying? $250 million. So because of his little sweetheart deal on social media, the 10% that only is $25 million, and he's only a piece of that with two other white boy partners, Maverick Carter and Paul Wachter of Main Street Advisors. Those are his business partners. They got 25 mil between them. Okay? So, but James, because he's the brand, he's worth, and this was an ESPN number, somewhere between 35 to 40 million. I don't know what them white boys got, but there's no white privilege over there. Let's just put it that way, okay? So, LeBron James is doing pretty well in this investment. I can only imagine how bad LeBron feels learning that his investment in America has performed as it has. Imagine, now here's something to think about. Imagine how well this would have done if LeBron had been a white boy. Think about it. Think about it. What do you think? You think it would, being all kidding aside, you think LeBron, if he were white, would it have been more? If he's still LeBron James, would it have been more? Same situation. See, I don't think it would have made any impact. My producer says it would have been the same. I agree. Maybe, honestly, if we were going to err on the side of caution, if I were going to make a Vegas bet, gun to my head, I'd say black LeBron would get more coverage with his pizza joint than white LeBron. That's what I'm saying. If I had to make a bet, 51-49 black LeBron. That's Kevin Jackson there. Now, I told you guys about LeBron pulling the race card a while back when he was getting traded. He wanted to leave the Cavs for the Miami Heat back in 2012, and LeBron claimed victimhood. You got to ask about his popularity. They have what's called a Q score for athletes and entertainers, and it had him dropping from being one of the most popular sports figures to being only sixth from the bottom. And he told CNN, I think so, at times it's always, a race factor. Now LeBron's leaving his team to go to another team, and he's doing it pretty acrimoniously. People are not happy in Cleveland of how he's wanting to do it, and he's wondering why his Q score dropped. His big base of fans in Cleveland effectively said, "The heck with you, LeBron," but he couldn't handle it, so he blamed it on race. I mean, I'm just telling you, And then Jesse Jackson had this to say during the time. He says, no matter how much money you have, no matter how famous you are, no matter how many people admire you, being black in America is tough. I got a chuckle at that. Look, I don't think I ever want to try to be in the shoes of a LeBron James for even 15 seconds because I would hate my life. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you just need to ride out your own life because I know what what this dude is doing. There is no reason for this guy to be complaining about anything except turning $1 million into 35.
He won't stop until he's the top-rated radio talk show host in America.
What kind of weird competitive freak are you?
This is the Kevin Jackson Radio Show.